What's up, everybody's boy Candy. We got every 40k faction is bad, and here's why. What are we talking about? I know he ain't talking about the salamanders. Like, bro, the salamanders are not even in the video. Shout out to this guy. I think his name is like Orbiter Ian. Never react to his videos, man. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, and also, man, make sure you guys follow the Twitch down below if you want to. And other than that, let's get right to it, man. Let's go.
What's your favorite faction in 40k?
Let's go.
Well, whatever they are, they're bad. As we all know, there are no good guys in 40k games.
This is false, bro. Hey, this is false. And before a lot of y'all in the comments can say, oh, well, first of all, the salamanders are actually bad because they did this to those little kids. Shut up! Be quiet, bro. I'm sick and tired of y'all bringing it up. First of all, did y'all not know that was an accident? Whenever the salamander accidentally like sprayed that kid up, you know, bro, he was on fire up in here, but it's burning hot. He was on. Yo, that was on accident, bro. He didn't mean to do that, so that doesn't count. He's not. The salamanders aren't evil, y'all. We actually care about humans and stuff like that. Just because y'all faction is down bad and just evil does not mean that like my faction, the salamanders, are evil. You know, it's just like y'all. They're not. I promise you.
All the time, everyone's bad. Chaos is bad. The Imperium is bad.
Oh my goodness.
Space bugs are bad.
Oh, she is bad.
Everyone's bad. Chaos is bad. The Imperium.
She's bad.
Is bad. Space bugs are bad.
Duh.
Everyone is bad. So in this video, I'm going to go through them all and explain why your favorite faction are terrible people.
Yes, I'm drinking Mountain Dew. I know this isn't like the most healthiest thing to drink in the morning, but one day of drinking Mountain Dew won't kill me. Hopefully it won't.
There are no goodies in the Warhammer
40,000
universe.
Bro, this is false, bro. This is legit false. Seriously. This is so false, yo.
None. That's the official line, and there are hundreds of books to prove it, full of mindless slaughter, pointless wars, and awful decisions. Every single faction in 40k is bad. But occasionally, online, some people try to question this. It's a dangerous universe after all. Maybe this faction's decisions are justifiable because of
That's a hard jacket.
Survival or heroism or something. My faction, yeah, they're fine. They're the true good guys of the setting. And those bad things they did, well, those were just hard decisions that just had to be made.
See, and that, I hear that all the time, bro. See, for me, everybody always bring up that one situation where, oh, well, you know, they like burning kids because a salamander that's not on the team anymore because we had to cut him for doing something like that. It was on accident anyway, but the fact that he did it, we still made the precautions to cut him. I think like I don't know if he's playing in China right now. I don't know if he's like on a little blood angels or whatever. But bro, we cut him, y'all. Like, bro, he's not on the squad no more. Okay, we cut him. You know, like, my faction isn't bad. The salamanders isn't bad, y'all. I'm trying to tell y'all this, bro.
I get it. People want simplified stories with clear heroes and villains. But that's not how life works. And as a work of satire, that's not how 40k works either. 40k is a war game, and despite the many simplified action movies out there, wars are never as simple as a single righteous cause.
True.
Goodies versus baddies.
True.
Despite how much some people might fetishize them, or the idea of being in them, wars are bad. And if you want a war game where every single faction can fight every single other faction forever, including fighting amongst themselves, then every single faction has to be bad too. So, let's go through all of them.
I kind of disagree with that because I feel like okay. I feel like, okay, so by his ideology, it makes sense that he's saying that, right? Because by his ideology is like, oh, war itself is bad. So the fact that there's two guys, or not guys, but the fact that there's two squads or whatever going at it, then like by default it's bad. No matter like who's the good guy or whatever, it's bad. Which makes sense, but at the end of the day, bro, I feel like, what's the point of having chaos? What's the point of having, you know, all these factions or whatever? Like, what's the point of like having all these different factions? And like, what's the point of having like these, like, you know, having the emperor or like having like the chaos gods or whatever? What's the point of having what's the point of naming like these squads like traitor legions, traitor squads, traitor whatever? Because I feel like inherently, like, the Imperium, even though they're not perfect, which is okay, I'm not saying they are, I just feel like if you look at the eyes of how we all look at everything. I feel like any new Warhammer fan, any new Warhammer, like even somebody who's even like just looking at Warhammer, I feel like a lot of people are going to be like, hey, the Imperium is like the good guys and like the Chaos are the bad guys. I feel like by default, that's just how it is. That's how we look at everything. We look at football that way. We look at like, you know, like comics that way. We look at anime that way. We look at TV shows that way. Even though, you know, some TV shows might be confusing in like, you know, deciding who's like the main character or like who's like the who's like the good guy essentially. At the end of the day, yes, he's not wrong. It is war. Like war is bad. Like the action of war of two armies or whatever going at each other, you know, just to see like what army conquers each other is bad. But at the same time, you can't inherently sit here and say, oh, well, all this is bad, so that means both squads are bad, which means that no. I disagree with that. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I disagree.
And find out exactly how bad.
How y'all feel about that? How y'all feel?
Starting with the most obvious one. The Imperium of Man is bad. I mean, this is the obvious one, isn't it? The Imperium are designed to be absolutely terrible. As Games Workshop themselves say, its numberless legions of soldiers and zealots bludgeon their way across the galaxy, delivering death to anyone and anything that doesn't adhere to their blinkered view of purity. Almost every man and woman toils in misery, either on the battlefield, where survival is measured in hours, or in the countless manufactorums and hive slums that fuel the Imperial war machine. All of this in slavish servitude to the living corpse of a god emperor whose commandments are, at best, only half remembered, twisted by time and the fallibility of humanity.
Why are they acting like they didn't make this? What are they talking about? Like, yo, why is Game Workshop acting like they didn't make this whole story and then like make the bro, why they acting like the Emperor just made itself? No, bro, y'all made the character, like y'all made the Emperor. Y'all made, you know, all like all of these like Primarchs and stuff like that. Like, why y'all acting like what are we like, huh? So here's my thing. So what I'm guessing is Warhammer isn't like the traditional good guy versus bad guy, whatever. Basically, Warhammer is legit. Everything is just dark, depressing. I told y'all this at the beginning whenever I first started, you know, checking out Warhammer. I was telling y'all, bro, Warhammer is every single bad word in the dictionary. Y'all thought I was joking when I said that. No. So I was right back in the day, which was like a few months ago. But I was right. Warhammer is legit all bad if that's the case. I'm thinking I don't know why, but I'm thinking like, oh, the Ultramarines, they're good or whatever. I'm thinking that who else? Jacket Khan or whatever, that cool dude or whatever. I'm thinking him and his white scars are cool. Obviously, you know, the Goat Vulcan and his salamanders, I'm thinking they're great. They're cool as well. They're the good guys. But the fact that they're saying, look at this right here. It says Warhammer 40K isn't just grimdark, it's the grimmest, darkest. So what's the point? Like, bro, like my mind. So what about Sanguinius? Is Sanguinius, is he, because the way like his story is, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't really read a lot of books like that, but I know like, you know, about some of his lore. The way his character is, he doesn't seem like a bad guy. You get what I'm saying?
The Imperium of Man stands as a cautionary tale of what could happen should the very worst of humanity's lust for power and extreme unyielding xenophobia set in. The Imperium is, if you've forgotten, a totalitarian, oppressive, backwards, conservative, religious fundamentalist dystopia. A totalitarian, oppressive, backwards, conservative...
Ooh. His build is bad. Oh, he gotta get whipped into shape. He gotta get whipped into shape immediately. Oh my goodness, boy, he built like Mario. Man, he built like bro.
Religious fundamentalist dystopia, rife with division, intolerance, inequality, and outright slavery that cares almost nothing for any form of what we would call human rights. The planets that make...
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you cannot... But like, by your... And I'm not making this video to go exactly the opposite of this dude. You know, shout out to him. I'm just saying, you cannot... Because I feel like he's comparing real life to Warhammer. you cannot it's uncomparable, or is that a word, uncomparable? Yo, you cannot compare real life to Warhammer. You can't. It's like it doesn't even fall on the same, like, you can't do it. Because if that's the case, Warhammer is legit, like you said, he's right about this. Warhammer is legit dark. It's depression, it's down bad. There's you know, like he said, it's a war game. So at the end of the day, you cannot base real life right now. I mean, maybe you could back then, but like you cannot base real life right now compared to Warhammer, bro, where, like, you know, bro, these dudes, yo, Warhammer is so sick, bro. Like, oh man, what video was it? I think it was like the Dark, what was it? No, it wasn't the Dark Angels. It was the Dark Elder. Bro, what I learned about what they do for the Dark Elder, bro, is absolutely disgusting. Like, I would never compare this to our real life, you know, like, situations of what's going on. And you can't really, I can't blame this guy, because obviously he's a human, and, like, you know, he looks like an older dude. He's like, he's seen, like, I'm not saying he was alive during, like, World War II. But at the same time, like, he's comparing off his real life knowledge of, like, you know, history and stuff like that, compared to Warhammer, when in reality Warhammer is 10,000 times worse. 10 billion times worse, bro. Like, there's no glimmer of hope. Like, the only glimmer of hope in Warhammer is Vulcan. Oh. For real, seriously. The only glimmer of hope in this whole setting is the Salamanders. Seriously.
It up are wildly different from medieval feudal societies, which are bad, to nightmare cyberpunk megacities, also bad. On one hand, as long as its constituent planets toe the line in terms of their ties to the Imperium, they can do whatever they want. But in practice, this means that the Imperium as a whole legitimizes any form of rule as long as it keeps the status quo. Hereditary monarchies and class systems, absolutely fine.
100 miles away.
Hereditary monarchy.
Oh my good, bro. Yo, everybody just needs to shut up. For real. Let's just take a moment to admire this beauty right here, yo. Man. My. Yo, does anybody know her name? You want me to play the video? Okay, I got you.
Monarchies and class systems, absolutely fine. Ruthless dictatorship,
damn,
totally okay. Indentured servitude and literal slavery, yeah, no problem. Sexism, homophobia, racism, do what you want.
Bro, I dare anybody. Yo, all that sexism, homophobia, what's another one? Racism and all this, bro. You think? Hey, I dare anybody, bro. I dare you, I dare you to try to call anybody out in Warhammer about those things. I dare you to go to Warhammer right now and try to be like, whoa, did you just assume my, okay, well, that's actually homophobia. Yo, them boys gonna look at you. Yo, hey, yo, they gonna look at you like these. Homophobia? You think we care about that over here? Cause we don't. We don't. Yo, we'll make an example out of you. Stop playing. They don't care about, bro. All of this, like, human big scientific 5-syllable word, bro. Yo, you got Titus at the cut, like, yo, we don't care about none of that, bro. I'm like 500 years old, bro. I will get rid of you in a heartbeat. I'll make an example out of you, bro. Stop playing. Talking about that was homophobia. You think we care?
On your planet, the Imperium does not care. But if you try and revolt and improve things, well, the Imperium cares then, and you can expect to be bombed into oblivion for the crime of being disruptive.
He has a point right there, though. If you even try to, like, make things right, your house is nuked.
Of course, the Imperium does all this in the name of survival. That's what its defenders say. And yeah, sometimes the wars fought by its many armies are wars of self-defense. But even that comes with caveats. The guy who formed the Imperium, the Emperor, believes pretty strongly in the manifest destiny of humanity as bad. The Imperium therefore believes that any form of intelligent life other than humanity needs to be completely wiped out.
Exterminated. Exterminated immediately. Stop playing with us. Yo, if you not Mark, Andrew, John, Luke, Donald, if you're not any of if you're not Alyssa, if you're not Kat, if you're not Debbie, if you're not Emily, if you're not Courtney, if you're not any of the if you a different type of species, we're getting rid of you, bro. What are you talking about? Bro, you better have 5 fingers and a piece. You better have 5 toes a piece. If I take off your shoe and you got 7 toes, you're done for. I promise you. We're pulling up on timing. If you even look like, bro. If you this is gonna sound messed up, but if you're not a functioning human, you're out of here. For real. So I'm gonna be honest with you. He's kind of proving his point. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was about to come in here and try to prove him wrong. I was gonna come in here and try to defend Warhammer just to defend it. But I'm gonna be honest with you, he's actually not wrong.
Just in case, regardless of if they're actually a threat, which can lead to strange definitions for wars of survival. Of course, the other main threat to humanity is chaos, which the Imperium solves by creating conditions so oppressive that underground cults promising a better life find it really easy to gain traction. A huge proportion of the chaos threat in 40k comes from formerly Imperial armies who were treated so horribly they went looking for something else. And while the Imperium is under threat from those things, this survival rhetoric ignores the fact that a huge proportion of wars fought by humanity are wars of honor, also a concept that's bad. Imperial forces are like...
Alright, y'all, he proving his point. Okay, alright, he got me. Alright, he got it. Hey, because the more he's talking, the more he making sense. Alright, he got it. Alright, my bad. I was gonna come in here and defend Warhammer with all my might. He got it. He got it, bro. He got it. I was gonna come in here and try to defend Warhammer like it was my last name. He said, nah, bro, shut up. Bro, I know more about this than you do your own life. Stop playing with me.
Likely to go to
he's
war
he's spitting nothing but bars right now.
Impugns their honor not to, or because the actions of a foe can be construed as an insult to someone in the Imperium, or for a variety of religious reasons. Whole wasteful crusades have been fought to reclaim worlds of almost zero value because of a rumor of a lost religious relic, or the dishonor of an overrun shrine. The Imperium is also horrifically corrupt at every level, which means that whole wars can be started because of intra-governmental politicking and one-upmanship.
Yeah.
It's also obsessed with genetic purity, no red flags there, partially because of that Emperor guy, but also because of the threat of chaos that it...
Them boys ugly. I'm a keeper. Them boys ugly, boy. Oh my goodness. Look at him. Bro, and respectfully, I'm not Brad Pitt, I'm not Michael B. Jordan, but man, they tell me they live among us. Mutants. If you suspect your neighbor, co-worker, colleague, or a family member harbors mutations, contact the Orbites today.
Is then played up to ludicrous levels, though officially the Imperium isn't actually racist within humanity. If you happen to display any physical traits that seem out of the norm to the local population, you can expect a swift burning at a stake soon afterwards. The Imperium...
Okay. At least they're not racist, like humanly racist. Okay, that's cool.
Is bad. In its nominal fight to save humanity, it frequently causes just way more suffering and hardship than it actually needs to, and its own sense of righteousness stops it from ever accepting that there might be a better way. And it's so focused on the idea of humanity as a whole, it rarely actually gives much of a shit about individual humans. But we can't just stop there, because all of its armies are bad too, in their own special way. The Space Marines are ruthless, unfeeling, hypno-indoctrinated super soldiers who are bad. They replicate by abducting small children, cutting them open and filling them with gene seeds, brainwashing them, and then consigning them to an eternity of constant war.
He cooking, y'all. I'm gonna keep it real, bro. Is he wrong? Bro, imagine like you're like 3 years old. My bad, y'all. This construction outside. Let me close this window real quick. Imagine you're like 3 years old, y'all. You playing with your toys and everything like that. You thinking life is great. You not even, bro. You haven't even like, you barely like, even like the color barely digested like your brain, right? Like you just see a bunch of flashing colors and like, you know, life is great for you, right? You're not even like functioning properly. Like you're a growing human, right? Bro, all of a sudden, bro, one day, bro, 1 hour later, you are legit in a spaceship. You got like 10 big grown dudes around you. You got tubes and everything connected to you, bro. Oh my goodness, bro. They putting all type of BBL serum inside of you. Bro, you wake up 2 hours later, bro, you built like prime Shaquille O'Neal. Do you know how like I would feel so bad, bro. Seriously, like imagine you're like a 6-year-old, bro. 2 hours later, you're the size of LeBron James. Like, bro, you got so many, bro. You got like a BBL heart. You got like a BBL muscles. You got everything, bro. Like, bro, the doctor is cooking, bro. Bro, they took a bunch of kids. They put so many like serums and chemicals in them, and bro, then they put you under hypnosis to like try to like remove like the little fear little factor or whatever from your brain. Bro, it is absolutely like the amount of surgery. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna keep an honest with you, bro. He's proven his point.
Populations who supply those children frequently have no choice in this. Depending on the chapter, they might see regular humans as little more than collateral damage or a source of handy slaves. Even the nicer ones are horrific mass murderers willing to inflict huge losses on their own side.
No! No! He's wrong! He's wrong, bro. He's wrong. Hey. And y'all going crazy in the comments, bro? Bro.
Shut up!
Be quiet, bro. Be quiet. Bro. No, bro. Please, bro. Please. Bro. They know about the kid.
Name of honor. The Astra Militarum is the ultimate
Bro, she's so fine.
uncaring military system. They're also bad. It conscripts soldiers by law into a never-ending tour of duty and then throws them into hopeless situations millions at a time, often because human life is considered cheaper to expend than material resources are. This is enabled by a literal cult of sacrifice. That's bad, everyone. All of which results in an average soldier's life expectancy being around 15 hours. On the other hand, its upper echelons are riddled by classism. Being from the right family will absolutely get you a safe position of command behind the lines, regardless of how many people die from your stupid decisions. And if for any reason this system might, not work that well, they just have a whole rank of people whose job is to shoot whoever made a mistake. The Adeptus Ministorum and its pet army, the Sisters of Battle, are also bad. A ridiculously...
Oh, we know that, though. We knew the Sisters of Battle was bad. We knew they were bad. Look at them.
The Adeptus...
Duh. We knew they was bad. We knew that. Man, yo, she's so fine, bruh. No lie, yo. If it really came down to it, bro, if I'm with her, I'm paying 100 years of child support. For real, like...
Ministorum and its pet army, the Sisters of Battle, are
goodness.
also bad. A ridiculously over-the-top, oppressive theocracy. They insist on total control over the religious beliefs of every human and will happily burn anyone who disagrees as a heretic, despite the fact that their god emperor spent his entire life telling them not to. That doesn't matter to them because they're also hopelessly corrupt. The higher echelons of the church are willing to use their position and the millennia of established church law to live in unimaginable luxury and get away with practically anything they want by whipping up their supporters into a war of faith. In fact, fact, they're such a liability that the rest of the Imperium has to repeatedly try and curb their power. The reflection of them is the Sisters of Battle, an army of, again, radicalized orphans with no option but to serve the church until death. They are true believers, the irony there being that their own colossal self-righteousness actually creates a psychic effect that they then dub miracles from the God Emperor.
Bro, did y'all hear about, now, a lot of y'all are like Warhammer connoisseurs, so y'all know this already. Bro, I remember, y'all know when this dude right here, where am I at? 1131, okay. Y'all remember when this dude right here, y'all, do y'all remember when he basically finessed his way to getting some play? When he finessed his way to get some play, y'all? Do y'all remember when he did that? Bro, if y'all don't know, if you're new to Warhammer or whatever, how you doing? Shout out to you. Yo, listen, bro. He was this dude right here, he was like the church priest or whatever. He was basically above the Sisters of Battle. Tell me why bro was lying and saying, hey, y'all gotta go do this, and the Emperor's telling me that y'all gotta give me some play. Bro, he was basically lying to them, making them doing all type of pleasures and making them on his bro. When I found that out, bro, that blew me away. He was making these girls do whatever, because he was like, oh, he'll be like, oh, well, I just got a vision from the Emperor that he wanted y'all to go crazy on my bro. And they was doing it because they're so faithful in the Emperor, so they're gonna do whatever the Emperor. Bro, first of all, it wasn't the Emperor, bro. This priest dude, he was just too freaky. Bro was a freakster. Freaky deaky. He was making them do whatever, bro. Yeah, slap on my knob. Yeah, bro, for real, like 100 times 100. And bro, turns out they did find out. When they found it out, bro, they went crazy on them. Lash after lash. One more. Against. Another one. Unlimited. Bro, they gave him the beats. So, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you, I feel bad for them because they was basically going crazy on this dude sexually. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Use your imagination. Because guess what? That old freakster was using his imagination. He was using his imagination, y'all. Yo, when I learned that, I forgot who taught me that. I don't know if it was West Hammer or I don't know. I don't know. I think it was either Major Kill or like Mr. 40K Bones or somebody. Somebody taught me that, and when I learned that, I'll never forget it.
Are true believers, the irony there being that their own colossal self-righteousness actually creates a psychic effect that they then dub miracles from the God Emperor while burning anyone else who exhibits similar psychic abilities. Quite apart from the use of religion as a tool of control, the entire organization are murderous hypocrites. The Adeptus Mechanicus are bad and ludicrous.
Duh. Look at them. That wasn't even hard to like think about. Look at them. Look at their body. Like, bro, you know how much this electric bill is? Bro, this electric bill is crazy. Like,
organization to put in charge of scientific advancement, since they're also a bunch of religious fundamentalists who, at least nominally, believe progress to be heretical. They are slightly more meritocratic than the rest of the Imperium, but all that means is that your average
now one thing is, oh my goodness, look at bro, he got stuff coming out of his mouth, Lord. Now in real life there's nothing wrong with being religious or whatever. It's just, don't be like this, y'all. Don't kill nobody and say, oh yeah, God told me to do it. Don't do that. Please don't do that. Please don't do that. Like, bro, the Lord does not want you to put that on his name. Do not do that, bro. I'm sick of that. Oh, well, God told me to walk up to you and smack you. What? Huh? Bro, I beg your pardon? What did you just say? Yeah, God wanted me to backhand you. Yeah, he told me that. What? Are you serious? Stuff like that, I'm gonna keep it real. Stuff like that, I see why some people don't even trust, you know, religion, bro, because some people would do some stuff like that. Some people would pretend like they got a vision, or like God told them to do something horrific to somebody, and just blame it on him. What?
Is a raging egotist and megalomaniac who feels justified in cybernetically enslaving anyone less powerful than them.
Dang, I wonder why he kept his right hand.
There is an argument that the reason you put such a conservative organisation in charge of technological progress is because, well, science gone wrong has been a problem for humanity in the past, but unfortunately, just like the other religious organisation here, tech priests are massive hypocrites and will frequently bend every possible rule and create the most dangerous experimental technology possible if they reckon they can get away with it. The Adeptus Arbites are, of course, bastards, a law enforcement agency who will happily throw the death penalty at anyone for anything. They're the epitome of state control of violence. They're also a reference to Judge Dredd, who, let's not forget, is meant to be bad. And if that wasn't enough, the Imperium has an actual Inquisition, a space navy.
Han, man, go back.
That wasn't enough, the Imperium has an actual
100 miles away, but you're here. I feel the distance, I feel it's near. Losing you is my biggest fear. Wiping all my eyes in these tears. Yo, this girl right here, and I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Shout out to my community, but a lot of y'all are player haters. And a lot of y'all, bro, y'all are gatekeepers. I asked for this woman named, 20 times? And y'all still didn't deliver. Y'all are gatekeepers, yo. Seriously, yeah. Y'all don't think I read the comments? Yeah, I read the comments. Yeah, I know, yeah. I read them. I asked for this woman's name 20 times. I'm 0 for 20. I wonder why y'all gatekeeping her name. Interesting.
Inquisition, a space navy.
I'm gonna keep it real. I was been supposed to bag her.
That wasn't enough. The Imperium has an actual.
I was been supposed to bag her. But y'all jealous.
Inquisition, a space navy that happily press gang millions of innocent people and then work them to death below decks, all while their upper classes host lavish dinners at the captain's table. And the Imperial Knights, an entire strata of feudal aristocrats who rule over a peasant class and control their walking mech suits through special chairs that actually turn them into even bigger dicks. All of this is also bad.
Of course.
It's a bit questionable how bad the Imperium would still be if the Emperor had survived, because his regime was pretty terrible, but the Imperium is definitely, absolutely bad. But don't worry, as Games Workshop said, there are no good guys in 40k, so everyone else is bad too. The Leagues of Votann are bad. They're also a really good foil to the Imperium, because rather than ancient notions of manifest destiny, bigoted conservatism and xenophobia, the Leagues of Votann are humans, sort of, who get to be bad in a whole new way. They're space capitalists. The Leagues want resources. Your resources, and they don't care how many planets, ecosystems and environments they have to destroy to get them. Is your planet a verdant paradise packed with mineral wealth? Well, better get ready to be high-lased, because if you happen to be in the way, then you might just get blown up at the same time. Anything to get those gems, literally anything. In a similar vein, the ancient Eldari are also bad. There are many different sorts of space elf, and they're all bad in their own special ways, but one of their common traits is being a bunch of arrogant racists who genuinely believe that the Eldar are just fundamentally superior to everyone else. Craftworld Eldar, the good ones, view every other species of the galaxy as little more than barely evolved animals and will happily sacrifice billions of humans on the off chance that not doing so might lead to the death of a single Eldar. And
calling them boys monkeys. Hey, y'all know like in Dragon Ball when Frieza's like, "You monkey!" Yo, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro. Bro, when Frieza like you, yo, when Frieza be calling Goku and Vegeta space monkeys, yo, bro, I legit like, bro. That's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, bro.
They're pals with
Seriously.
the Exodites, who will happily murder anyone for stepping on their lawn. And then Then we have the Drakari. The inhabitants of the dark city of Komorra treat everyone else in the galaxy like fuel and have developed a whole culture based around causing as much pain as possible to keep them.
I knew something was off about them. They into that what's that called? That BDSM. Yeah, I knew something. Yeah, hey, yo, I could just read they whole just yeah. Yo, I knew they were crooked. No lie. I knew they were off. Just look at them, yo. I don't want to judge nobody's looks. Again, I'm not Michael B. Jordan. I'm not Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm not Brad Pitt, y'all. But like, bro, I knew something was off about them.
Elves safe from Slaanesh. Now, you could argue that this is another necessity for their survival, but of course, it isn't. The Drakari just enjoy it. Slave raiding for more torture fuel is a major part of their culture. Watching people get murdered in gladiatorial arenas is their main source of entertainment, and they do all this because living on a craft world or an Exodite maiden world just sounded boring. Eldar are relatively free to move between all their different cultures. The Drakari stay in theirs out of choice. And then outside those main Eldar factions, you have a death cult and a bunch of murder clowns whose main job is to try and make sure all the different Eldari factions have each other's back against, you know, the inferior, lesser species they keep murdering. Then we have the Necrons, who are obviously bad. The Necrons are a species.
I want no problem. Ooh, them boys. Yo, they got hitters, y'all. The Necrons, bro, they can touch you. They can touch you from 2 planets away. Keep talking that ish. Bro, they can touch you across the solar system, bro. They could put a bag on your head. Bro, big bag. What you want, bro? You want a couple mil? You want some energy from the sun? Oh, what? You want your ship to run forever? Yeah, we got that technology, bro. Yeah, just get rid of him right there. Get rid of him right there, bro. Man, yo, your ship gonna be running until the end of time, bro. Yeah. Big bag. Yo, they're putting bags on people's heads, y'all.
Who launched an entire war because they were jealous of the Eldar's dads, and in order to win it, they gave a bunch of space vampires even more power, which obviously had no bad effects. They, just like everyone, can't share. They claim rightful ownership over the entire galaxy and mostly consider anyone else living in it a sort of infestation to be exterminated. Their society is split into another series of hereditary class-based monarchies, except since they turned themselves into robots, all the lower levels of society are, yeah, you guessed it, mindless robot slaves. And then there's the Tau, who might look like the nicest on the surface, but no.
Hey, if Orbiter Ian don't upload a video within like a month span, just know they got him. Yo, Orbiter Ian, I tried to warn you, bro. You was talking that ish. Bro, these Necrons don't play, bro. Yo, Orbiter Ian. Apologize, bro. Yo, they sent me a letter with a finger in the mail. Yo, the letter said, play with us if you want to. We'll touch you. We'll get you, bro. Like,
they're bad. The Tau Empire dreams of uniting all the disparate species of the galaxy under the doctrine of the greater good. And their watercast envoys send out diplomatic missions to...
She's actually kind of cute. Wait a minute. Hey. She's fine, though.
To convince nearby planets to peacefully join them. And if they seem reticent, that's fine. They'll just use economic manipulation or outright war to achieve the same results. The Tau Empire must expand after all. Once you're in the Empire, you get all the benefits of advanced Tau society as long as you're willing to live as definite second-class citizens. Oh,
real quick, y'all, this should be illegal. This should be illegal, bro. Oh my goodness. Yo, this Mountain Dew stuff, bro. Man, this should be illegal. Dang, man, this caffeine is kicking, bro. Bro. Oh my goodness. Why am I drinking this? My bad. Sorry, y'all.
And if anything goes wrong,
that should be illegal.
The Tau commanders might just execute all the aliens just to be safe. And no one's really sure if this is all based on ethereal mind control or not, but yeah. Join the Tau Empire, fight for the greater good, and don't get ideas above your station. Now, Orks are an interesting one.
Man, yo, man, forget them. Bro, we don't even care about Orks at all. These guys are bums, bro. Sorry. I don't care, bro. I'm a hater. I'm an Orks hater. Yep, I am, bro. What you gonna do about it, bro? What? Yo, I dare any orcs, bro. First of and y'all are so annoying, bro. Yo, in the comments, y'all be wow.
Shut up!
For real. I can't stand it, bro. I cannot stand, bro. In the comments, y'all be going so crazy with these damn orc things. Like, oh, wow, we're the best, wow.
Shut up!
As a tool of war, and who treat fighting
I
as
hate
a
it
fun
so
form of
much.
entertainment. There's an argument that orcs aren't actually morally that bad.
What?
Really
No. Yo, Orbiter Ian, I was starting to like you, bro. No, we're not. No. Hell no. Yo, we're not finna give them no props. Oh no. This is what we doing? No. Hey, we're not. Yo, we're seriously excusing these bums? No. These dudes are bad, bro. Yo, Orbiter Ian, what are you doing? Yo, these guys are bad. Why are you even... No, bro. No. Yo, they're at the top of the list for menaces of all time, bro. Orbiter Ian, what are we doing? Bro? Seriously, these guys are bad. No.
Can't change that. Their wars are fought out of biological imperative.
No. You're bro. No, bro. No.
Shut up!
No, bro. No. Hell no. No, bro. You're not finna do that. No. Oh my goodness. No, you're not finna do that. No, you're not finna do that, bro. No, you are not finna say, oh, well, they're just fighting because it's a biological thing. No, bro. I don't care. I do not, bro. Yo. I will be unfair. I don't care, bro. I do not care. We are not. No. Say no. Please say a bad thing about them. Please, bro. Please, bro.
And they frequently cause just as much damage to themselves as everyone else.
I don't care. I wish they caused more damage to themselves. I know. Man, that's a messed up thing to say. Dang, that's a messed up thing to say. Oh. No. Bro, why are we giving... Bro, why are we excusing these dudes, bro? Like... Oh,
And yeah, that sort of tracks until you see what happens after orcs win their wars. Because orcs, like apparently everyone else in the setting, are slavers. Captured humans can look forward to horrible treatment, being worked to death, and being the subject of casual cruelty just because the orcs think it's funny. Stuff.
Ain't that evil? Let me make sure my mic is working, y'all. Ain't that evil, y'all? Hello? Is my mic working? Hello? Give me 1 second. Yeah, we back. I think my mic is good. Yo. Thank you, bro. Yo, Orbiter Ian, bro. Shout out to you for really just keeping it fair. Ain't that funny, bro? How they're laughing at, bro. They got slaves and everything, bro. And a lot of y'all was in my comments talking about orcs are the best. Y'all wasn't even saying the best, like THE. Y'all was saying DA, because like that's what a lot of orcs say, like duh and stuff like that. Wiping the smile off my face completely. We're not giving these guys no props ever. Bro, they as bad as everybody else. As a matter of fact, bro, the salamanders are legit the nicest people of all time.
Definite choice to be a dick. Yeah, orcs are still bad.
Yeah,
finally,
thank you,
for
bro.
the alien sector of the galaxy, we get the Tyranids, a huge alien...
Now, if he excused these guys, that makes sense. Because they're not... Isn't it just like a biological thing? Like...
Bug swarm. The Tyranids probably have the best claim of all the Xenos of 40k to being not actually bad. They're kind of depicted like a swarm of locusts, inevitably drawn to populated areas of the galaxy to consume, with no more moral choice over that.
They gotta eat just like everybody else.
Unlike the orcs, they aren't deliberately cruel, they don't torture captives, and it's implied there's no real other way for them to exist. And to a degree, that also rings true for gene stealer cults, who are people who have been, to various extents, psychically and biologically manipulated.
Oh, hell, no. Now, the Tyranids, we won't give them like they gotta eat just like everybody else. We giving them a pass. These guys right here, hell no. Man, look at they face, bro. They got bro, come on, man. Yo, look at their face, bro. He looks like a gargoyle, bro. Bro, he looks like he'll be on your bed. Like, once you drop your charger on the floor, you reach down to get your charger. Like, he'll bite your arm or something. Like, bro, no. Hell no. Man, what? Man, yo, we're not giving these guys props. Now, the Tyranids, we're giving props. These guys right here, bro, hell no.
By a Tyranid parasite until they aren't really acting from a position of free will anymore. So while they're obviously designed in every way to mimic horror movie monsters, it's hard to make a case for the other than just, dangerous. But then, we don't actually know how clever the hive mind that's in control of them is. It's certainly able to adapt in ways that suggest it's way more intelligent than just an animal, which might suggest the ability to make moral decisions, so I'm gonna go with, maybe bad?
No, we're not even gonna give the Tyranids a bad thing. I think that's just like a natural, bro, they gotta eat just like everybody else. So what if they be eating, feet, bones, booties, and everything? Who cares? We're gonna give them a pass.
Anyway, then, finally, after all the slavery, manifest destiny, slavery, resource consumption, slavery, torture porn, and slavery, we get to the actual villains of 40k, Chaos. And guess what? Chaos is bad.
Real bad.
Chaos is a difficult one at first. The four great powers of Chaos, Khorne, Slaanesh, Nurgle, and Tzeentch, are a bit like the Tyranids in that they aren't really capable of free will. Khorne isn't a person who chooses to be really bloodthirsty. Khorne is the emotion of anger, a great metaphysical cloud composed only of anger energy,
I see what he's doing.
and whose desire is to only make more of itself. It doesn't understand what good and bad are, so calling Khorne evil would be like calling a really dangerous hurricane evil. It can't really act any other way. Khorne is always...
So he basically said that Khorne is like the manifestation of angry, of like a lot of angry people and stuff like that. Okay, I understand that. Which, I mean, by that logic, that does make sense. Yeah, no, that makes sense. I can't even disagree with that. That actually makes sense. Yeah, same thing with Slaanesh. If you're a freakster, if you overeat, if you overindulge into something that you find pleasurable, then that's Slaanesh. Makes sense. Makes sense. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense. I just feel like the Chaos guys are I feel like they're like a product of their environment.
Going to create as much anger as possible, Tzeentch as much scheming and betrayal as possible, Nurgle as much plague and disease as possible, and Slaanesh as much decadence as possible, and none of them are capable of understanding moderation. The lesson of Chaos is that anything in excess is very, very dangerous.
Makes sense, yeah.
But they can't really act in any other way, and it's arguable
I see his point.
This applies to demons too, who are minor reflections of their master, so they're also incapable of acting any other way.
Makes
but
sense.
Chaos does not get a free pass, because not only are they bad for everyone else, but also because the real threat of Chaos tends to come from those who serve it, and those people are bad.
Yeah.
Pretty much all the armies of Chaos in the real world are composed of humans or other alien species who decided that serving Chaos might give them power. And since Chaos tends towards the excessive, gaining that power requires doing really bad stuff. Some Chaos followers are just overtly...
Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, man. Man, his face... Yo, I'm sorry if I even gotta say this. His face makes me want to pray for him, bro. Man, bro, I feel so bad for his face, bro. Man, yo, his face looks like if you fried chicken wing for too long, like it started busting open and stuff like that. Man, I feel bad. Dang, bro, my bad. I apologize.
Power-hungry monsters, sacrificing entire worlds for the promise of immortality or material gain. Some Chaos followers treat it like a religion.
Close the schools. Yo, close every single school in the vicinity of New York. Brother, close the school. Bro, look at his face. Man, look, he look like... he look like the Warhammer's version of the Boogeyman. No lie, bro.
Sacrificing millions for the glory of their gods. Again, a choice in this world. And some Chaos followers are just really, really bitter people who only care about revenge.
Yeah, and they're very power hungry, which is an evil. That's an evil trait. that's an evil trait, because in order for you to get more power, you have to do horrible things. Because real power, like real natural great power, comes natural, and it takes a little bit of time, and it's like a whole journey to it. But these people want power, so they want so much power, and they want it right now, to the point to where they will legit do anything. And it's kind of like how it is in real life, y'all. Like if y'all ever want influence, if y'all ever want power, if y'all ever want all these great things, like the natural way to get it, it's gonna take a little bit to get. You're gonna have to, like, you're legit gonna have to go like the natural way, and it's gonna take for a lot of people, it's a journey, and it's a slow grind, and it's like a slow type of thing that you gradually get, like as you get older and you keep going, and you're still consistent and stuff like that, whether it's power, influence, or whatever. There's nothing wrong with having power. There's nothing wrong with having a lot of influence. It's just the way you get it, because typically a lot of people who want it so fast, and a lot of people who are really power hungry and greedy of power, they usually do a lot of bad things to get that power. They usually go against their morals to get that power, and that's in real life and Warhammer. So just thought I'd tell you guys that, because yeah, we see it all the time. Okay,
activation that is generally considered bad.
Rather you could just wait and just gradually get that power or influence or financial whatever, because God got you anyway. So yeah, but a lot of people want it so fast, and a lot of people want everything so quickly, and like they would do really horrible things to other people just to get a glimpse, or just like a little taste of influence or power or whatever.
Even the demonic legions, who, to be fair, don't really get a choice, tend to be led by demon princes, who were once mortal chaos worshippers who fell into one of the other three brackets.
True.
So, yeah, bad. Chaos might promise freedom from the oppressive Imperium and limitless power, but to get it, you have to be pretty bad. So there, everyone in 40k is bad. Whoever you pick.
He's right. I'm gonna be honest with you. He's right. He was right since the beginning of the video. Besides the salamanders.
They're terrible people making awful decisions, like, say, wars. It's the perfect justification for a war game, and weirdly less problematic than a million other games and IPs that glorify war by insisting one side is fighting for some sort of oversimplified righteous cause. The fact that every faction has layer upon layer of infighting, leading to cynical politics, terrible decisions, and countless deaths is surprisingly realistic, because that's how most real-world wars work. In fact, it's what many sci-fi franchises have had to adopt over the years when they get to a certain level of complexity, because the idea of a completely righteous cause never really holds up. Generally, even the overt good guys have to adopt some shades of grey to make them believable. This world also forces the writers to come up with ways of making characters that are actually relatable within this. Otherwise, selling Black Library books would be really hard. The heroes of these stories tend to be flawed individuals, trying to do their best to protect their friends and comrades while trapped within a terrible system. Or even people indoctrinated.
Yeah, but at the same time, though, a lot of great characters in movies, TV shows, and when I say great characters, I mean like a lot of like good characters, as in like morally good. Of course, they all like they're flawed, and I've never seen a character in a video game, TV show, whatever. I don't care what character it is. It could be Superman, Batman, whatever. They all have like a story. You get what I'm saying? They all have a story, just like a human being. They all have stories. They all have. They're not perfect 100% of the time, but what makes them good is their resilience, and obviously their choice making, because everybody gets hit with like bad things in life. It's just how you respond to it. That's what makes a good person or a bad person, because a lot of people, bro, life hasn't really been treating them well. A lot of people went through bad things when they were a kid, and that this is like, bro, even I went through a lot of bad things. I went through rejections, not having my father as a kid, bro, that can mess a kid up, and that did mess me up. I'm gonna be honest with you, it did. But I could either go this way or go that way. I could either use my father not being there as an excuse to take my anger out on other people, or I can use that pain, or I can use that feeling of abandonment, is that a word, to make other people feel happy, or make other people feel happy that was in my situation, or use that energy, that boost, that grit that I got, towards my career and this content creating thing. I could, it all depends on the choices you make. Now, whenever it comes down to Warhammer, bro, I mean, situations like Angron, who, bro, like, I don't know how you can even choose the right way in his situation. You get what I'm saying? So, like, he was doomed from the start. But if we're talking about human beings, bro, I know a lot of people who went through even worse than me, bro, who didn't even have their mom and dad, who went through rejection from people, right? And who still made the right choice to not take that out on people, and not be a mean person, and not and choose to use that energy, use all that pain that they got when they were a kid, and use that pain for their career, and use that pain as a motivator for their life. You get what I'm saying? So that's what I inspire to do. Like whenever I have my kids, I'm gonna tell them, hey, by default, you're gonna go through pain, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too. You're gonna go through pain. Everybody in here, you're gonna go through pain. You're gonna go through rejection, whether it's from a girl, whether it's from your mom, dad, whether it's from anybody, your friends, right? You're gonna go through rejection. You're gonna go through pain. You're gonna go through all these things, right? And some people might have it worse than somebody else, but it all depends on the decisions you make. You can either take this road where it's a bad road where you are harming people because this happens to you, or you can take this road where you use what's been hurting you since you were a kid, or since that situation happened. You use that to motivate others, or you use that for your career. You use that grit, that pain, that hurt. And this is why, like, I feel like suffering, pain, I feel like all that, it's like a lesson. I don't want to say it's essential, but it's definitely something. It makes you decide whether you're going to go this way or that way. Because I had decisions whether I want to use my pain of my dad not being there, use the pain of people rejecting me, ex-friends rejecting me, women rejecting me, coming up whatever. I could use that to take that out on people, or I can use that as a motivator to go out every single day and make the best content that I can make, and stream and do all this and try to entertain as many people as I can, and obviously, I don't want to be all preachy or whatever, but I feel like God can definitely heal that for you. I don't want to come off as that guy that's like a preacher and nothing like that, y'all, but seriously, bro, God has helped me. Jesus has helped me. So, if you want to, I'm not saying you gotta, read the whole Bible or something like that, but, definitely talk to him, talk to Jesus, bro. He can definitely help you out. And bro, as a Christian man, bro, I'm still going through, I'm a new Christian, y'all. I just became a Christian, like a real Christian. I just became a real Christ follower probably last year, like last October, last November. That's when I really started I was really curious about it, because my whole life I've been, I believe in God, but I really wasn't a part of God, but yeah, man, he's healed my heart. Not saying that all my days are perfect. Most of them are, but some days, I be going through it sometimes, but I just gotta, like, not lean on my own understanding, and lean on his plan. And, whenever I am feeling something, then, I can talk to him about it, talk to Jesus about it, see what he can tell me, see what he can, see what's, what type of tips and tricks he can, he can give me and stuff like that, because my whole mission is to entertain a lot of people, man. And that's my purpose right now. I feel like I can make people laugh, entertain people. My bad, I ain't want to turn this into a whole, like, testimony, whatever, but just yeah. Let's get back to the video, yo.
Into the terrible
My bad,
system,
y'all.
who have to make
I ain't want to get into
about when to toe the line and when to do the right thing, which is, of course, all very relatable. The fact that every faction in 40k is terrible in their own unique way, that no cause is completely righteous and just, is what makes 40k so popular, because it's just an exaggerated version of the real world. Anyway, that's it. You've been a bad viewer. Thanks for watching.
Shout out to this dude right here, man. Shout out to Orbiter Ian. I subscribed to his channel. I think I subscribed to his channel probably like yesterday, I think. A lot of y'all actually wanted me to check this dude out, so I'm gonna check him out. Shout out to y'all so much. Thank you all so much for coming through. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It's absolute free. Road to 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. And make sure you guys go follow my Twitch down below. I'm actually going to stream today as well. I'm going to be playing some like I think it's the finals. So if you guys want to come through to my Twitch, make sure you guys come through to my Twitch, twitch.tv/KingAndy with 2 Y's. It's the first link in the description down below. Other than that, man, I'm gonna see y'all later for next time out. Hope you guys have a good day. Peace out, everybody.